A very good evening to you. Many thanks for joining us tonight on the broadcast. You're right on time for KUTV Weekend Live. And before we get you informed on everything that is shaping the world of news tonight, let's get an introduction.
This is Weekend Live with Anyango Slyvia.
That's right. On the sign language interpretation tonight is Francis Okenyi. Remember, this broadcast is also coming to you live on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya, and you can also interact with us on our social media platforms. That is on X at KUTV_Kenya or at Anyango Slyvia KE. We begin with politics tonight, where Democratic for Citizen Party DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua has urged residents of Mbeere North to exercise their constitutional rights by turning out to vote, assuring them that this time his team will safeguard the process against any form of electoral malpractice. Speaking during a church service at ACK St. Stephen's Church in Ishiara, the former deputy president emphasized the need for regional peace and insisted that his team is fully prepared to protect the integrity of the election. Gachagua underscored the political significance of the constituency, saying Mbeere North is now on the map of the world with national and international attention fixed on it. The DCP leader continues his tour of the region ahead of the Thursday 27th, which is described as a decisive day that will determine who holds the mountain.
Niambie William Ruto, be a gentleman. Let us have a fair contest. Tumepata habari watu yako ya mkono, huyu Soprano, huyu Ruko Karinda, atu wanatafuta wakora huko Kikuyu, huko Kiandutu in Thika, atu wakuja waangaishe hao wa Mbeere. William Ruto, hao wa Mbeere walikuchagua. Hapana tuma wahuni kuja kuangaisha wa Mbeere. Wewe kama wewe ni mwanaume kamili, kubali tushidane fairly kwa debe, si ndio? Yeah, tuangane kwa debe. Arobe mona ne gaja shikiata. Kati kwa Mbeere. Don't use akina Ichung'wa to send criminals and goons here. Wale ulinitumia Lemuru wameonekana huko. Wale ulinitumia Mwiki wameonekana huko. Mkule pesa ametoa hapa karibu 600 million. Hiyo pesa ilitosha kuweka stima kwa kila boma katika Mbeere North. Kila mtu sasa angekuwa na stima. Imepelekwa hapa, watu wanakula kila pahali. Kupoteza pesa na ni pesa ya umma. Lakini mimi nikaambia wa Mbeere mkule hiyo pesa, kwa sababu mkikosa kukula, Ruto tayari ameiba hiyo pesa, atapeleka kwao. So acha tukule.
Now, still on politics, Joab Burudi Manyasi, the Democratic National Alliance, that is DNA candidate for the Malava constituency by-election, has officially withdrawn from the race and thrown his support behind United Democratic Alliance UDA candidate David Ndakwa. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, who received Manyasi on Sunday in Kakamega, confirmed the development, terming it a strategic shift ahead of Monday, November 24th, 2025, the final day for campaigns as stipulated by the IEBC. The move is widely viewed as a calculated political play aimed at consolidating support for the government side as it heads into a series of highly competitive by-elections.
Amefikiria, amejadiliana na wafuasi wake, amejadiliana na jamii yake akiwemo mke wake, na amefika kwa uamuzi wa kusema kwamba tutafanya kazi pamoja. Wataungana na candidate David Ndakwa wa broad-based government, ambaye alisimama kwa chama cha UDA ambacho kinaongozwa na President William Ruto. Sasa tuko kitu kimoja. We are one. We are united. We are putting all our teams together so that 27th of this month, there shall be no doubt whatsoever about the victory of David Ndakwa as the candidate of the broad-based. Nataka nimshukuru kwa niaba ya hao viongozi wote Manyasi na timu yake, because they have shown a lot of solidarity, a lot of determination and a lot of goodwill for the people of Malava. Mimi nasema asante sana kwa niaba, na sasa wale wako kule kwa kiwanja wajue kwamba ndugu Manyasi yuko na sisi, tunafanya kazi pamoja, tunatembea pamoja. Kwa hivyo kama ni vumbi sasa wataiona.
Now, across our borders, amid widespread speculation about strained relations between Kenya and Uganda, President William Ruto has dismissed the claims, assuring that Uganda continues to enjoy full access to the Indian Ocean ports through Kenya. Ruto faulted sections of the media for fueling what he termed as misinformation meant to create the impression of diplomatic friction. In a public display of unity, the Kenyan and Ugandan heads of state today presided over the groundbreaking ceremony of the Devki Mega Steel project in Kayoro sub-county, Tororo district in eastern Uganda. The project, a joint venture between Kenyan investors and the Ugandan government, aims to utilize local iron ore reserves to manufacture steel, reducing the region's dependence on imports. Presidents Yoweri Museveni and William Ruto jointly flagged off the milestone, which Ruto noting that the initiative strengthens the investment landscape and taps into Africa's vast natural resources. Museveni, on his part, emphasized the importance of unity and collaboration among African nations.
Gentlemen, I know people in the journalist space, and it is good I speak about it here, tried to create an impression that Uganda had said something to the effect that they need to access the sea by all means. Let me assure the naysayers that Uganda and Kenya are brothers and sisters, and we do not have time for negative engagement. Uganda is assured of the access to the sea through Kenya, and that is why we are not only extending the pipeline, we are also extending the road, and we are also extending the railway.
Now, what you Africans need to know is the power of the pocket, the purchasing power. You can imagine the money we are giving to foreigners. $500 million a year from Uganda to foreigners. This is a lot of support for them. Kenya, you have had $800 million. This is a lot of support. So if that money remains in our pocket, instead of giving it to others, we shall be much better off.
Now on to a disturbing news tonight. Residents of Ngotho village in Gichugu, Kirinyaga County are reeling in shock after the rape and murder of a 22-year-old woman by unknown attackers. The body of Jacqueline Ruguru was found dumped in an acid-laced coffee farm, bearing deep cuts on one side of her chest, according to her father, Musa Kiura. Ruguru left home last Sunday and never returned. He said the family had been searching for her for days until they were alerted about a body discovered in the farm. Ruguru, a student at Embu College, had reportedly gone out to meet friends on the day she disappeared. Local leaders, led by Njukiini MCA Timothy Kariuki, are now demanding an immediate and thorough investigation into the brutal killing.
Tunasitikika sana kwa ile maneno imefanyika hapa. Tumepata msichana, mtoto wetu ameuliwa na kutupwa hapa, na ni msichana mdogo, alikuwa university, na tunauliza serikali iendelee kuchunguza na ifanye, hatuwezi kuambia wafanye haraka, lakini ni vizuri wafanye upelelezi ndio tujue kiini hasa cha mwenye kufanya hiyo maneno. Nashukuru MCA vile amekimbia na aka mobilize security forces wakaweza kukuja hapa.
Hapa banaitwa Ngodho. Lakini tumeona kitendo kimbaya sana hapa. Kwa sababu mwili wa msichana mmoja mdogo anasomea huko Embu University, na tukasikia huzuni sana kwa sababu huyo msichana amefanywa kitendo kibaya sana mpaka akawekelewa accent, ana kichwa kimetolewa, mkono ana, na sisi tumesikia vibaya sana.
Now let me take you back a little bit to Western politics, where allies of National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula have fired back at Trans Nzoia Governor George Natembeya, calling him outrageous after he claimed the speaker is politically short-sighted. Speaking at Makonge Salvation Army Junior School while drumming up support for Ford Kenya's Kabuchai Chwele Ward candidate Vincent Maunda, Wetangula's supporters dismissed Natembeya's remarks as careless, disrespectful, and unbecoming of a first-term governor. They argued that Natembeya had crossed the line by attacking a national leader who, in their words, is neither his political equal nor his competitor.
Tunataka tuambie George Natembeya, tunajua wewe ulikuwa regional commissioner kule Rift Valley, ukaiba huko tear gas. Hiyo ndio tear gas umekuja naye hapa jana, atunatupa ati ndio upate political sympathy. Sisi tunakuambia hapa Kabuchai hakuna sympathy ya kisiasa. Ukitaka sympathy rudi kwako ndio upate kwa sympathy kwa bedroom yako ya bibi yako huko. Lakini hapa ni bedroom ya papa nani? Hapa ni bedroom ya papa wa Roma. Na sisi tunakuambia Natembeya usituzoee. Ametuzoea marjazoea. Ametuzoea. Ametuzoea.
All right. Now, on that note, we are taking the very first break on the broadcast tonight. Stay with us.
Kupanda shuka akawa tuzo, ukakamavu wake ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke akabaini jinsi ya kuwini. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake nami Caroline Kimwele.
You are watching Weekend Live with Anyango Sylvia.
Welcome back. Now remember to keep interacting with us on our social media platforms. We are live on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya. You can follow us on X at KUTV_Kenya or at Anyango Sylvia KE. Now, avocado farmers in Gatundu North, Kiambu County have decried what they term as years of losses caused by an entrenched network of middlemen in the avocado value chain, a move that has prompted them to take decisive steps aiming to reclaim control of their produce and earnings. Here is our very own James Baraka with the details.
And avocados should not be selling 10 shillings abroad.
For decades, farmers across the country have been reportedly struggled with a system that leaves them with minimal profit while brokers and exporters reap the bulk of the revenue, a burden that has prompted decisive initiatives from Gatundu North avocado farmers.
An avocado is not so expensive for a farmer. It's as easy as just buying it, and then planting it, putting it on the ground. So it's as simple as that. The only expenses would be now the seedling and probably the manure. And so we want to create that corporate society or cooperative society of avocado farmers so that we can kill the middle people who are making our farmers suffer. They're doing a great job, but the farmer is suffering. The farmer is getting very, very small amount.
The farmers, led by the Ashindi Kiambu Community Association ACO Chief Executive Officer David Ngugi, complained that despite investing heavily in planting, nurturing and harvesting, they end up remaining at the bottom of the value chain, with middlemen benefiting most.
Avocado tunajua ni kitu ambayo iko na manufaa sana. Ikifanywa value addition inatoka vitu mingi ndani yake. Ikifanywa value addition inakuwa na pesa nyingi kwa sababu brokers inatunulia shilingi 5.
How you make profit where you not work hard waiting for 1 hour, 1 year to just get a 10 bob from one avocado? That's a waste of your time.
In a bid to change this reality, the farmers have embarked on empowerment of local growers through collective action in order to equip farmers with greater bargaining power, enabling them to negotiate better prices and reduce dependency on brokers.
Naweza ongea kama youth.
Esther Wangari, a young avocado farmer, called on the youth to embrace avocado farming, highlighting that apart from good returns from the fruit, it also keeps the youth busy and reduces the chances of malpractices.
Avocado after 3 or 2 years, mtu atakuwa akimake pesa, and still ina make youths wakue busy. Juu like for now youths wengi wamekaa huku kwa barabara, wengi wanatumia dawa juu ya kukosa kukua busy, hawana kazi ya kufanya.
They further urged the government to support their efforts by establishing processing plants in Gatundu North, hinting that such investment would stimulate local employment and enhance Kenya's competitiveness in the global avocado sector.
Ikiwezekana serikali yetu itutengeneze factory hapa, tuwe tunapeleka avocado.
James Baraka for KUTV.
Thank you, James. Now, agricultural experts have warned against the over-reliance on pesticides, hating that it leads to resistance among insects, making some chemicals ineffective. According to Muo Kasina, who leads the Kafasi pest program, pest infestations are more severe during dry periods when rainfall is absent and natural suppression is reduced. Kasina says if farmers do not control the pest, they risk losing up to 70% of their harvest, thus threatening food security. His sentiments were echoed by Dr. Zachary Kenywa of the Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization, KALRO, and Muthui Mutisia, an extension officer from Masi.
You expose the insect to the same molecules for a period of time. Some develop resistance such that when you spray there is no effect.
Because we know that pests are enemies of farmers.
Chakula mezani, pesa mfukoni. Hiyo ndio approach ile tuna promote ili wakulima waweze kuhakikisha wamepata chakula ya kutosha. Tumerecommend wakulima watumie mbinu tofauti. Wasikimbilie tu madawa ya dukani. Kuna njia tofauti zile zinaweza zuia mdudu ili tuweze kupunguza madhara ya fall armyworm.
Tukiendelea hivyo tutakuwa tukilima kilimo biashara.
Now, coffee farmers under the Kenyoro Farmer Society in Bonchari constituency have protested over an alleged illegal sale of their 10-acre piece of land by a section of committee members who reportedly failed to follow due procedure, calling on relevant authorities to intervene and help them reclaim the land, which was allegedly sold to an investor for 12 million Kenyan shillings.
Sisi kama wakulima hatutakubali siku hata moja mtu akaja akachukua hii shamba lote.
More than 300 farmers under the Kenyoro Farmers Society in Bonchari constituency have called on relevant authorities to intervene and help them reclaim their land, which was allegedly sold to an investor for 12 million Kenya shillings. The farmers questioned the valuation, raising concern about possible undervaluation and collusion.
Tumekuja kama community na kama serikali inatuelewa na inatusikia. Ichukue hatua, ingie ndani, wajue ni nini inaendelea, na ile kamati ambayo ilikuwa pale isimamishwe, ndio mambo ichunguzwe, usaidi ifanywe. Uwezi fanya usaidi ikiwa yule mwenye alihusika ako pale ndani.
Amenunua shamba zaidi ya ekari 10, shilingi milioni 12. Hapo ndio nataka kuhakikishia wananchi ya kwamba kuna ukora, kwa sababu hapa Gesonso shamba 50/100 pesa kidogo kabisa ni shilingi milioni 3. Itakuwaje shamba zaidi ya ekari 10 iuzwe milioni 12?
Sasa tumeshindwa, tutapeleka kahawa wapi? Kwa sababu wanachukua shamba yetu. Hiyo ndio sasa sita yetu, tunaomba serikali etusaidie.
The matter, which was discussed at a meeting chaired by the society's chairman Charles Ongwae, so the members unanimously resolved that the investor should not set foot on the disputed property, accusing the same group of committee members of previously selling a prime plot in Kisii.
Yule ambaye amenunua hapa anaitwa Matoke, asitubutu kukanyaga hapa kwa shamba ya wakulima wa Bonchari. Kamati step aside, ichunguzwe na wafungwe kwa ule maofu wamefanya katika society.
Kamati ina uwezo gani wa kuuza shamba ya wakulima, na wakulima wanalia, na sisi tunatoa onyo na tunaheshimu sheria ya Kenya.
Concerns were also raised about retired workers who have yet to receive their benefits, despite funds allegedly being available for such purposes, calling the situation a major setback. Meanwhile, the farmers vowed that they will move to court to challenge the legality of the land transfer, as plans remains underway to seek stay orders and urgent investigations into the sale. James Baraka for KUTV.
All right, we are taking it again, another short break. We'll be back with sports.
Are you ready to take charge of your health? Welcome to Focus on Health, your weekly guide to staying informed and living better. Join me every week as I sit down with trusted medical experts.
Gynecology is basically a field concerned with mainly the female genitalia.
Explore real-life stories
during when the patient come in
and bring you updates and tips that are beneficial to your health. Because health isn't just important, it is everything. Tune in to Focus on Health every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. only on KUTV. I'm your host, Kandia Marian, and I'll see you then.
Baada ya kutafuta kazi, tunaweza kuanzisha miradi yetu ambayo ingetusaidia kubadilisha maisha ya wazazi wetu.
Kwa vijana wenzangu, wengi hawana kazi, lakini ikiwa sisi wenyewe tutajiamini, tunaweza kujiajiri wenyewe.
Afrika kwa kweli tuna mahitaji ambayo ukiyasuluhisha unaweza kuathiri watu kwenye bara hili
bila woga. Watu huwa na uzalishaji zaidi, wanajawa na ujasiri, wanakuwa wabunifu na wanakuwa wenye maarifa.
Niliamua kuacha kazi, hata kama sitafanikiwa, nitakuwa nimejaribu, nitakuwa najua haiwezekani.
Hakuna kitu cha ajabu hapa. Kila anayepata ufanisi hufanya kazi usiku na mchana.
Kitu kitakusukuma na kuwezesha kupata maarifa ambayo hukuwa nayo.
Tunajaribu kutengeneza kitu kitakachopita mipaka nchi hii.
Ikiwa unataka kubadilisha ulimwengu, anza na nyumbani.
Welcome back. Now, giving you updates on sports tonight on the match that has just been concluded less than 5 minutes ago. Arsenal has won the match 4-1 against Tottenham. The match was, the goals were scored by Trossard and Eze. Trossard scored 1 goal, Eze scored 3 goals. The Tottenham goal was scored by Richarlison. And this sets Arsenal at the top of the table, followed by Chelsea and Manchester City. Tomorrow we are expecting a match between Manchester United and Everton, and that match is expected at around 11 p.m. So that brings us to the end of our sports update tonight. Thank you so much for being part of this. Dear gentle viewer, thank you so much for being with us for the last 29 minutes or so on KUTV Weekend Live. On behalf of the production team led by my producer Edward Nyamu and director Mutegi K. Martin, thank you so much. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Okinyi and Anyango Slyvia. Have a good night.